How so your daddy a pastor. So how come like what do your daddy say? You know what I'm saying? What do he say about you being the truth? Like how does he approach you? If he had to say how your son doing whatever, what is his response? You know what I'm saying? Well, what is his response be?
He said like this. It took my stepmom to actually tell him he's gonna do what he's gonna do. You know, your son's no longer a boy, he's a man. Right. You need to let him be. He's found what truth is to him. You have your truth. Allow him to go with what he knows. Right. Alright. Now, when my stepmom said that, that's when he started backing off. And now my father, I don't know if he says much about me to other people when people say that question to him. You know? When I call him sometimes, it's, oh son, you know, I'm glad to hear you. But then as soon as I say, you know, praise Yah about something that's good, or I say it's told, or I start saying things, you know, he starts acting strange on the phone. And I'm just, okay, I need to back off a little bit. And, you know, just hurry up and end this conversation. You know, I don't even want to press the man.
So you grew up in a Christian church or what?
Growing up in the Christian church since I was, I want to say since I was a baby. Let's just say it like that. I was baptized when I was 5 years old. People were like, man, that's amazing, man. You got baptized at 5. You know, whew. My dad asked me serious questions like, you know what you're really doing? I was like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. You know, Jesus Christ, you know, baptized. You know, and I kept going with it. People were like, man, your son's going to be just like you. Because there's always been a pastor in our family. You know, it may go the next generation, or it may go to the second son, it may go to the third son. Right. But there's always going to be a Morgan that was supposed to be a pastor for some reason. But I'm not following in my father's footsteps. And I think that's what hurt him the most.
Wow. Man, that's strong. Wow.
It is what it is, man.
Wow. And okay, so what else do you want to say? You know what I'm saying, about what kind of guidance can you give somebody, even though I can say,
just coming into this truth.
Yeah, you know, somebody just starting off or trying to learn. You know, what kind of advice could you give them? You know, even though we all young, you know, in this, but still, you can still give out advice on, you know, to the young brothers and sisters trying to learn about this truth, or about being discouraged about learning this truth. What can you tell them?
One thing I would tell them, honestly, is to cut their distractions, one by one. It's just like doing exercises. You work out to get your body strong, right? Now we're trying to work on, instead of building your body up, now we're trying to build your soul up. We're trying to build the internal you up. Now the best thing I would say is start eliminating distractions. If you go on Facebook too much, start coming down from Facebook. Read a scripture, just read a sentence. And be like, bam, think on it. Alright? When you take the time to start putting away these distractions like the internet, the computers, the video games, the TV, and you start coming down, you start realizing you have a lot of things that you can do in a day. Alright? A day is 24 hours. Alright? You usually sleep about 8 hours. Alright? Now when you take that out of the picture, alright, you have probably what, 15, good 16 hours right there to yourself. You still have to work with. Now when you have those 16 hours, you gotta take in, okay, I'm going to work now. Now it's gonna cut down what? Some people go to work for 10 hours. I hope not for 12, you know, I hope not. No, I pray you don't. Okay. But if you're doing 10 hours, then that leaves you with at least 3-4 hours or something like that, right? So you got a minimum of 4 to 3 hours before you get ready to go back to bed. What are you gonna do with that time? Watch TV and then go right back to bed? Keep the cycle going? Now it's like you're in the Matrix. You're in a continuous cycle of doing nothing, a rut. You know, you're just gonna see your life as, what am I doing with my life? You know, where did my time fly? You know? But once you start taking control of yourself and start seeing that, okay, now I have this time to this time. If I just start reading, now I can read this book. And I can start reading, okay. And I start wondering, well, this doesn't make sense. You know, in the beginning, y'all created, you know. And then I keep going down. I'm like, oh, he created this. Okay, okay. This makes sense. Now we have day and evening. Okay, okay, okay. All right, this makes sense. Okay, I see what's going on. And then now we start looking at it. Okay, they keep reading, and then they start finding out, who are these people? Who are these people? Who's Abraham? You know, where's Abraham come from? Now they want to search even further back. So they want to start digging into encyclopedias, start looking up the region, start looking up history for themselves. Now when they take that extra time to look at these things, now they're like, okay, oh man, church never explained this to me. pastor never told me about this. This is more interesting now that I'm actually taking my own time to read it instead of having somebody tell me about it. Now, it's only when you take charge for yourself and you start looking at these things and you start reading them that you'll start to see, man, bruh, somebody's been lying to me.
Oh yeah.
You know, they're gonna be like, man, if this was supposed to be written in Hebrew, why do these people have English names? Come on.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna be like, yo, this don't make sense. There has to be a Hebrew name to these people.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're gonna want to go to the Hebrew source and be like, yo, what's it say in Hebrew? Oh man, Abraham. Oh snaps, it's not Isaac. What is it? What is? Oh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now I see. Yeah. Okay. See, these things that people never take into fact is that they don't want to look back. They just want it all given to them. We have to get out of that mindset of things being handed to us. We're no longer children. When you're a child, you know, you do childish things. You know, like the saying goes, you know, when I was a boy, I did boyish things. When I became a man, I put away those things that were childish. You know. Now you get to start actually seeking for it. Now you gotta want it. That's why y'all, like, you know, in some verses they'll be like, don't hide from me, y'all. Please don't hide. People are saying, you know, there's in Psalms, people are saying multiple times, don't hide your face. You know, you gotta seek Him. He's not gonna make it so easy like He used to. Back in the day, man, y'all used to walk around with us. He used to be with us. As we would march, as we would walk, there'd be a cloud following us. He was there with us. He followed us. Alright, but now, the only way to see that somebody really loves you is to seek for you.
That's true.
You know, when you love a girl, or a girl loves a guy, she what? She stays on him. She tries to find everything out about him. What is he like? Okay, what does he want to do? What's he trying to do with his life? You know, and then opposite for the female, she's gonna try to be like, dude's gonna be like, man, what's she like, man? What type of flowers can I get her? Lilies, roses, something. You just keep going and keep going until you get to know her more and you become more intimate with her. That's what we gotta do with y'all. We gotta become more intimate. Once we get to that intimate point, we're good. Because we won't do anything to break that relationship. I'm starting to get into marriage, man.
No, you good. You good. That's good. That's good, man. Well, appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? You know, appreciate you sharing, you know, some of your testimony. You know, appreciate you giving advice. You know what I'm saying? So, as you can see, Israel, you know what I'm saying? Another brother telling us, you know, about the Most High. Another brother sharing his testimony. Another brother, you know, letting anyone that's young in the truth know on, you know, how they can stay in the truth and not be discouraged. You know what I'm saying? So, shalom to you, brother. Ach Yohannan. You know what I'm saying? Shalom, brother. Israel family, shalom, shalom.